what I wanted to do for a long time is do a book review sessions. So I would review Arabic language books specifically. It could be any types of books where I'll go through the books, I'll review them, I'll go into the contents, and then I will also show you some of the print editions that you can get, as well as, a few other things. There's so many books that I have. I want to go through them. So I decided to start with the textbooks. Okay. How do you start learning Arabic language first? So something that I have to explain to you first, what does textbook means? The term textbook is very important and very technical, and you have to understand what textbook is and why is it important. So basically, the textbooks are very special type of books that's written for teaching certain topics. It could be any topics. And textbooks are usually very high quality. It's not the same thing as any other books, because usually the textbooks will be written by professors, someone who has mastered, have a PhD in their field, and then they're the one who are qualified to write a textbook. And usually textbooks are edited and reviewed by other PhDs, and sometimes you have multiple professors who are writing these books. And that's why you will see the textbooks are usually tend to be very expensive, because obviously you have very reputable scholars who are writing these things. So this is one thing. The textbook you will always get a very quality content. And also textbooks are written by, people who knows how to teach the materials. Okay. Some people may be very well in their field. They have a good knowledge, but they don't know how to teach. So, there's a whole science behind it. Just because I know Arabic, I can maybe write a book, teach you things like that. This is just coming from my experience. But the author of the textbook, they are usually looking into a lot of different things. They're, taking account of research and all sorts of things. Now, second thing, important thing about textbooks are the textbooks will give you exercises. It is meant to teach you step by step, and it's meant to teach you in the settings in schools or university settings, so you can be quizzed at it. You can, check your progress and all sorts of things. Okay, so this is very important. Usually, you will only find this type of exercises or questions in the textbook. Why am I bringing the concept of textbooks? Because there are many different books. You have to know which one is textbook and which one is not. You will find a lot of people in YouTube or elsewhere, they want to start a book for someone who is very beginner with something other than textbook. Or they will come up with a very interesting techniques to tell you that you will master the Arabic, or you'll learn the Quran. You will be able to understand the Quran in 6 months, 3 months. You got to understand these specific sets of vocabularies or these specific sets of grammars. These grammars are important, that grammars, so they will come up with many different interesting ideas, and oftentimes they will try to push you away from the textbook, saying that, you're just wasting your time. All you need is this grammar, that grammar. Wallahi, this is a very misleading concept, because maybe you will know what he's explaining from the grammatical perspective, and you will understand how this language is structured, and you may feel like, wow, this is very amazing. But at the end of the day, this information will be just a knowledge, like something that you heard back of your mind, but you will not be able to apply it. Uh, for example, if someone were to explain to you calculus, for example, the calculus is very hard math. They can explain to you what is integral. They can say, okay, so you know how to find the area of a rectangle. So how do you find the area of a curve? So they will explain to you, okay, you have an area of a curve, you can just make a smaller rectangles. And you already know how to find area of rectangles. So you just add them up, and then you can, get a very good approximation of a curve. If you're taught this thing, you will be like, wow, now I know calculus. I know how to find area of a curve or any type of shape. Yes, you probably understood the concept, or at least understand what this subject is about, but you have not applied. If anyone give you anything to solve with that type of knowledge, you will have no knowledge. You will not know what to do. You understand? So I'm trying to put this seed in your mind. Don't fall for this thing. Don't go into a theory. Don't go into the grammars. Don't go into all of these things. before you have the basic, before you understand the language structure, the language itself. Okay, so this is super important. And the textbook will do this. Textbook will teach you everything, but it will go different ways because they have done their research. They know how things to teach and how it will benefit students in practical way. Okay, so this is very important. You understand what is a textbook. Once you complete any textbook, you don't have to study. I'll show you a lot of different textbooks. You can pick any one of them. Or my suggestion would be finish one and then do another textbook. If you have a time, you can do two textbooks, but make sure you at least finish one. There might be I'll give you some tips how you can maybe combine two textbooks at the same time, but your studying should be textbook. Without completing and mastering a textbook, you should not go into grammars. You should not go into any other sciences. Hopefully that is clear. And usually timeline for spending time in the textbook would be bare minimum 2 years. So this is a bare minimum. You should spend 2 years proper study, not like study, you take a break, you do 1 hour a week. No, like properly scheduled, structured study, you have to do 2 years. Any of the textbooks you cannot complete. It is by design. The contents you cannot complete less than 2 years. I cannot think of a single textbook that I have that is meant to complete less than 2 years. Okay, so this is very important. So obviously, at some point while you're studying the textbook, you should be doing reading. Inshallah, we will talk about this. So now I'm going to put all of this thing aside and focus on one textbook. Okay. So just to, if you're wondering what are these ones, I will talk to you about this. This is Nahw al-Wadih. Okay, this is the books that I'm in love with, right? So inshallah we'll talk about this one, but not today. I don't think I can talk about this book. This is the book 1 and this is the book 2 of Nahw al-Wadih. Okay, so we will cover this one as well. And who doesn't know about Arabic book, Modern Arabic? So this is the one that I will start with today, inshallah. Okay, and this is the Sirah of Nabi Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam by Hassan al-Nadawi. And this is I think one of the session I mentioned to you that, the author of this book, Medina book, he wrote down a 40 hadith. First 20 of them is part of the curriculum at Medina University. So this is the book that I was talking about. It's an amazing book for student of Arabic language, meaning someone who's trying to learn Arabic language. You will learn the hadith, of course, the hadith is there, but it is designed and picked specific hadith that will be beneficial for the student. Of course, this one is Pilar Rashida. I have two versions and I'll talk about them, inshallah. I have so many other books. I just have few of them here. And this is also Medina book. I'll talk to you about this one. And this is another textbook. I think some of you might know Arabic Tutor. I will talk to you about this one. I studied this one, but not all of the books. I have few comments about this one. It's usually popular in the South Africa or maybe some part of India, maybe. Then, of course, you have Al-Arabiyyatu Bayna Yadik. Oh my goodness, this is heavy. And I also, I think, have the dictionary of this one. This is the dictionary. Just a dedicated dictionary as well. So, I have the whole set, but what happened is that some of the books I gave it to someone, so I might not have everything here, but should be more than enough. And this one is, my friends, is the new, who can tell me what is this one? Which book is this one? Yes, yes. So this is Al Asasi book. This is the brand new one. Okay, so this is a book 2, book 3. That's the book 1. One thing inshallah, I will want to talk about this. I'll mention to you. The quality is not that great. So I don't know. The version that I got was a little bit bad. I don't know, but inshallah, I will talk to you about this book. It's an 8 book. Subhanallah. By book 5 or 6, you'll be good.